Okay, so we should move this a little bit quicker. I just was talking too much in the last video, but if we continue with my outline, I'm just kind of showing off my outline a little bit here. So the last video ended with this first page of chapter 4. It says page 5, but it's chapter 4. So the previous video had the outline of chapter 3, and now this is chapter 4 here. Yes. So we learn what all of this means. Sometimes the thing gets stuck too. I'm trying to scroll through. This thing just won't scroll. Okay, so this is continuing with chapter 4, that last kind of twitchy page. That was page 1 of chapter 4 was page 5. They're not all numbered, so we can call this like page 5 in a bit. But here's the full, it is the outline of chapter 4, but there's some example problems. So these are actually some solutions to some problems. Again, we find out what all this means when we go through chapter 4. Okay, so this is going to be page 6. We're still looking at chapter 4 here. And then this is kind of like chapter 6 in a bit. It's like the back page of chapter 6. So all these crazy elasticity equations, they're actually really easy. They're just written very elegantly and all that. Yes, but we see some of the pages that were on here. That would be page 6. I think next would be page 7, right? Yep. Okay, so that ends chapter 4, and then this starts the outline of chapter 5. What the heck? Yep, which is going to be market equilibrium and supply and demand. So I found this to be the harder chapter. I did pretty good in the beginning, and then I kind of got lazier as I went through here. So this is page 7. And we see all the different characteristics that they can have. Take off, price ceiling, taxes, all that, minimum wage, the supply and demand curve. That got cut off there, but that is page 8. So just, I think my notes kind of get a little bit lazy there. Was there any kind of a random page in there? I guess there's a, page 9 going on in here. Yeah, that's page 9, the last page. Yes. And this would be the last page to wrap up chapter 5. What we're going to do now, let's take a look at the homework again. What we're doing is the end of chapter 3, 4, and 5 in the beginning. So let's take a look at the homework, approximately 60 homework problems here. Okay, so now it's not just for fun. It's going to take a lot of work, but we will make it through all 13 chapters, just like we said in the first few videos. We are outlining an entire textbook and we are taking a very in-depth college, university. Um, I just say everything business statistics. I shouldn't say all this stuff. Microeconomics. Let's not forget this is micro econ for business. It's basically half a micro econ class. It is a full complete micro econ class, but it lacks a few concepts and it gains other concepts in business. So it's a macroeconomics. Why do I say that? Microeconomics class with focus on business. Yes. So it's a full college course and it's a lot of work just as one course, but we are going to have homework for each chapter. There's it's homework that we do. So this right here is the homework, approximately 60 problems, like I said. This is going to be the homework for chapters 3, 4, and 5. We'll, of course, get back to this. We'll do part of it after chapter 3, part of it after chapter 4, part of it after chapter 5, but we want to look at this, and then we want to look at my solutions guide. Yes, but I do tend to talk too much about the simplest thing, but we don't have to know what any of this means until we actually do the homework. I just want to kind of show us what's in store for us once we get through chapter 3, 4, and 5. So after chapter 3, this is the homework for chapter 3. Problem 4, problem 5 goes on to that. Looks a lot harder than it is, actually pretty easy. A lot of it is fun. Problem number 6, a lot of them are just fun algebra problems. Some of them are analyzing graphs and definitions and things like that. That's number 7. That's number 8. So we do our best. The most important thing is that we outline the chapters, which we'll of course do, but then some of the homework problems just reflect on some of the definitions and kind of force us to think about the definitions there. Yeah, that's homework problem 12. Okay, so this is kind of a silly exercise just to look at the homework and we don't even know what it means yet. We should just jump into the chapter, but all of it is basically building up to this giant homework assignment. Okay, so it looks like 15 homework problems, 15 from chapter 3. So then we start chapter 4 with number 16. That's problem 16. That's problem 17, problem 18. After this, we are going to skim my solutions guide. I have completely 100% already solved the homework, and we will go through in our videos each problem step by step. Right now, we're just skimming through this. But after this, if you take the time to read through some of these, the solutions guide is coming right up after this. So we're literally taking a look at the end of 3, 4, and 5 before we even begin. Okay, so 19, 20, 21, number 27, 28. Okay, so let's see if we can kind of wrap this up here. We're just going to kind of slowly roll through this here. A meaningless exercise. We don't really need to look at this video here because we're going to look at all of this again. Let's just kind of see if we can roll on through here. Okay, so it goes up to 39, problem 39 in chapter 4. So now we're on problem 40, and this is chapter 5. I definitely found this to be one of the harder homework problem sets. Chapter 5 is pretty hard, I thought.